Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Funto. I'm a second year master's degree student studying and living in Russia. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome! And if you're a returning subscriber, you know how we do. Thank you so much for coming back. Thank you so much for supporting me. And right, before we go on, you guys watch my video a lot, but I have just how many subscribers? Please click the subscribe button at the right hand side of your screen now. Oh yeah, click it, that red bar that the road subscribe. Click it and turn on your post notification bell. I'll give you just 5 seconds. Are you done? Let's move on. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you reasons why you should come and study in Russia and why you should not come and study in Russia. You just weigh your options and see if it's something you can work with and make your decision. I'll be giving you 5 reasons why you should study in Russia and 5 reasons you should consider before thinking of coming to study here in Russia. I hope we're on the same page, guys. Before I continue, it's been a very long book for me, to be honest. And let me just tell you guys, this video that I'm filming right now, I'm filming it today, and it's going up this evening. I just had to show up, right? Guys, let's jump into the video. First of all, language. If you know that you are not going to, if you know you're that does not like being challenged, right? I would advise you don't come to Russia. In the sense that language and medium of teaching, right? Most courses, most programs here in Russia are taught in English language. Most programs here in Russia are taught in Russian language. That means that you have to do like a 1-year Russian language preparatory course before you start your real program. If your program is 4 years, you end up spending 5 years. If your program is 6 years, you end up spending 7 years. Do you understand? And if your program is 2 years, as per master's degree student, you end up spending 3 years. That's just like the logic behind it. If you know you don't have that much time to spare, you cannot spare just 1 year to learn Russian, I think you have to reconsider. The second reason why you should consider studying in Russia is because of the ongoing crisis between Russia and Ukraine. I know as Africans, our parents will tell us, or our guidance, as the case may be, will tell us, oh, do not go and study in Russia. Do not go and study in Russia. And their reason is because, oh, Russia is fighting, Ukraine is fighting, they can bomb you at any time. I don't know the English translate. And they don't want you to come. That's also another reason why you should consider coming here. If you know that you will not let what the social media is saying or what the Western media is saying affect you psychologically, mentally, and physically, then you're good to go. You can come and study here. But if not, just stay back in your country or go to somewhere else to study. What reasons why you should consider coming to study in Russia is this: cost of living, accommodation, and feeding. As much as feeding is quite on a reasonable fund compared to other European countries, accommodation can be quite expensive, especially if you are a student studying higher school of economics without a scholarship. And because of the exchange rate in my country, I'm going to use Nigeria as an example. I used to pay for this particular space. I used to pay around 60,000 naira for a month before. And by before I mean like that was as at pre-May. And right now, currently, I'm paying, the hostel fee did not change, it did not go up. But the exchange rate is reckless. I'm like, are you serious? On Wednesday, I was going to convert my money to rubles, and I was pretty angry. You know, it was funny that I even had a back and forth with the guy that does exchange of money for me. Because I'm like, last week, you still said it was 11 naira. So how come we're having 13.2 this morning? Why? And that shows that if you want to come to Russia, I would advise you come on scholarship, especially if you're from African countries where your money does not have value. Cost of living is on the affordable rate, right? But exchange rate, imagine paying 6,000 naira before, and now I'm paying like almost 150,000 naira for rent. Another reason why you should also consider studying here is inflation and devaluation of foreign currencies in Russia, which also links to like my third point that has to do with accommodation. Accommodation here is expensive, right? But is it? If you're staying in the hostel or dormitory, it's not expensive. But if you decide to rent an apartment outside, it's expensive. Coming back to my fourth point, which is inflation and devaluation of currencies, there's an inflation currently in Russia, but it's not as bad or as high as other countries that experience inflation at the moment. But for a country like Russia, for us, it's Russia we are living in, so we're just particular about what's happening here. The inflation is on a high rate, in the sense that I used to buy a particular rice because it's a Nigerian grain, our type of rice, right? It's a Nigerian grain. And I buy that rice for as low as 67 rubles. I used to buy that rice for 67 rubles. But right now, I was at the store yesterday to buy rice and I bought the rice for 99 rubles. It's been increasing along the month, like during the course of the month. Since the war started, it's been increasing. But yesterday, I had to close my eyes to buy that rice because, of course, I need to eat rice. Right? That's on the inflation part. And then on the devaluation of currency, no currency actually in Russia has value. Dollar used to be 75 rubles to $1. Right now it's 52 or 50 rubles to $1. By how? Naira used to be 6 naira to 1 ruble. Right now it's 13.2 to 1 ruble. And again, that's not even a Russian problem. That one is on the government, on Nigerian government, and how their money is losing value in the market, literally. And then pounds used to be around like something rubles to £1. Now it's like 70 something rubles to £1. And then euros used to be 60 something, I'll be 70 something, now it's like 52 or 53 too. And it's just ridiculous because no matter how much you think you have, when you come to Russia and you're holding this kind of currencies, it doesn't really give you as much as you should have. Prior to this moment, if I have 100,000 naira, I would have about 18,000 rubles. But I was changing my money last week and I was seeing 8,000 kilo share. What happens to make 10,000 on top? Do you understand? So that's the 4 reasons why I would advise you not to come to Russia. The 5th reason why I will tell you not to come to Russia, or you should consider before coming to Russia, is visa approval and visa extension. In a country like Russia, you apply for visa extension every year. You apply for visa extension every year, and you have to apply 45 days before your visa expires. Sometimes, God bless you, are in a school where they are lackadaisical about these things, then your visa even expires while it's still in process of renewal. And sometimes it's because you're moving around in Moscow with fear that, oh, what if police stops you now and they say they want to check your passport and your visa and then it's expired, but then they don't want to know that it's in the visa office that is being renewed and all of that. The stress, the bureaucratic process and all of that also stresses people out, stresses me out. If you want to consider, I think you don't have time for that stress, I just want to collect your 5 years visa at a stretch, you do not come to Russia. That brings us to the end of the disadvantages of studying in Russia, or reasons why you can reconsider studying in Russia. And let's come to the advantages of studying in Russia. I mentioned language as a disadvantage, which can also be it's also an advantage, in the sense that you get to learn a new language. How does it feel when you come to a country for 2 years, 3 years, and you're able to speak their language? I think it's good, because for me it's just a flex. And also some schools here in Russia teach in English medium and school. We do both English and Russian medium, and I'm studying in English medium. And I said it's just a flex for you to learn Russian, just a flex. Or when you call your friends and they're like, and you guys try to imagine you going back. For me, I'm going back to Nigeria now, and I call, say, my friend Joyce. You guys know Joyce, right? And I want to say something. I don't want everybody around me to know. I can just switch to Russian, even though I don't know Russian. I'm just saying that it can be a flex. Do not take my word for that. I'm just saying it can be a flex, right? The second reason why I would advise you to come, an advantage of studying here, is that Russia is affordable to study. I don't know how I can stress this. I think I'll be saying this from the first, like one of my first videos, and this is me just stressing that Russia is affordable to study in. You can study in Russia for as low as $500 to as high as $10,000, depending on your course and depending on the school. For my school, the minimum school fees you can pay for full tuition is $3,500. My school is the second most expensive school in Russia, and if that's the second most expensive school and the lowest you can pay is $3,500 per year, it's affordable. And as high as 10,000, of course, depending on your course, if you're doing like professional course and all of that. For like my particular course, my course is, but then good if you're on part scholarship, good if you have discounts from school and all of that. And their discounts are meaningful discounts, not like UK kind of discounts that they give you discounts and you're still paying up to like £10,000. Why? So that's also a reason why you should come and study in Russia. Another reason why you should also come and study. Another reason why you should also come and study in Russia is building a new community of friends. Are you not tired of? Okay, no, I'm not tired of my friends actually. But sometimes you just need to like have new friends that you guys. I mean, you are in a new country, right? And your friends back home in Nigeria will not always have your time. Let us clear that. They are working, they are busy, time difference, and then God bless you are in a city in Russia where the time difference to Nigeria is like 7 hours. I'm lucky, I'm just 2 hours ahead of Nigeria. Some cities in Russia are 7 hours ahead of Nigeria. Some are 4 hours ahead, some are 5 hours ahead of Nigeria. And you know, that time you can't even call your family, you can't call your friends. So building a new community here in Russia is, you know, it's not as easy, but it's going to be easy if you place yourself in a strategic place, like churches, like hang out with people of like minds that you could share the same values. Then you're able to build a good community. And that's the one thing I love about being here in Russia as a student, because I have a good community of friends. I know some people still come from me in the comments and say you don't have friends. I have friends. I mean, I have like 3, 4, 5 friends. The fourth reason why you should come and study in Russia is recognition. No matter the school you study in Russia, so far it is accredited by the Russian government. Your degree is recognized worldwide. Forget media rubbish that they are saying. Forget everything they are saying in the media that Russian degree is not recognized. People that study medicine in Russia, they will not be recognized. It's not true. Your degree is recognized everywhere. Everywhere. That's also another advantage. The last advantage I'm going to be talking about is the easy process of application. Applying to a school in Russia is very easy if you can calm down and read instructions. Gaskia, it's very easy. Just go to the school portal, application portal, fill in your details, log in, do all you have to do, wait for interview, and if you get selected, if you meet the requirement, you get selected for an interview. If you pass your interview, you get selected for the course. If not, they'll tell you to go. And it's just as simple as that. You don't have to be looking for any IELTS results or GRE results or GMAT results. No, even if you are studying mathematics or engineering or medicine, you don't need all those. But yeah, and that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please do not forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe and turn your post notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. Peace out, guys.